Hey,
Wait, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. I'm in bed. So, okay. So let me see. I don't see any requests right now.
No, I don't yet. Let's have a look.
Okay. I think they pop up in the top, isn't it?
Yeah, so yesterday I could see them on the, so can you see Taylor's entered the waiting room? Can you see that on participants?
Right.
Oh, no, hold on. I need to make you co-host first. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I don't see anything right now.
Co-host.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see.
On the right. Hi, Taylor. Hi, guys. You're all going to be muted, so we're just going to wait. Signe, can you see the waiting room participants pop up? Oh, you're letting them in.
Yes, letting them in now. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm not going to leave it so long tonight to let everyone in because I couldn't crop yesterday's video and it had literally 7 minutes of me just talking to myself. So I'll get started just in a couple of minutes. Hiya. Hi, Amy. Hi, Molly. Amy, did we speak on Facebook? I think we spoke on Facebook, didn't we, on comments? Hiya. Fab. I'm so glad this Zoom link worked. I actually thought for a second that you can't use the same link more than once. Hi, Molly. Hi, everyone. So glad you're all here for day 2. It's going to be good. I'm just going to check. No one's trying to get in. I know a few people had problems with their Zoom yesterday, which was so sad. Mia. Just going to catch up on Facebook. Okay, what's over there? Hey Taylor, hey Tegan. Oh, it's all the same. Madalena, she's waiting. Shall I let her in? Hi, Madalena. Can see you but can't hear you. Can everyone else hear me? Yeah, yes. Yeah, a couple of people, I know yesterday, Aaron, who was letting people in once we started, quite a few people were going on and off. I don't know if they lost connection. So I'm really sorry if that happens. I don't know why that was happening. I've switched my audio off so you don't have to listen to Cocomelon. I know Cocomelon off by heart. I literally know every single lyric to every single song. I think I might have listened to it every single day for 2 years nearly. I think you joined. So you should automatically be muted, I think, when you all join. But I'm not a Zoom expert. I feel like hosting live classes on Zoom should be, it's like a job in itself, isn't it? So as long as everyone can hear me okay and see my screen when I share it in a minute. Oh, fab, you can hear me. I was just saying how I know every lyric to Cocomelon anyway, so I wouldn't worry. If you select join with computer audio, it should work. Yeah. Okay, if you see me looking over, I've got my notes here because you probably heard what I said yesterday. If I don't have notes, I will just talk for hours about everything. So they kind of rein me in. So if you see me glancing over, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, fab. I might give it just till 5 past. Who else has joined? Hi, Tanya. Tanya, by the way, I was obsessed with your PDF packages, your PDF package. Absolutely obsessed with it. Did everyone else see Tanya's PDF package that she posted in the group? Oh, have I unmuted someone? I don't know. Yeah, how amazing was that? Did you do that yesterday, or did you already have that made? Because that was fab. And I love how you took like the Monday to Friday boundaries and you put them in there as well. That was really good to see. All right, I'll get started soon. I have to apologize. Anyone who watched the replay yesterday, there was literally like 7 minutes of me just talking to myself because my cropping, the app that I used to crop wasn't working. I was about 70% done, just finished it last night. So good. So good. Can't wait for you to get that out to as many people as possible. They'll all be booking you in no time. I had a PDF package when I first started, but actually yesterday I realized I need to redo it and up my prices. Yeah, you do. If you work on that this week and then you've got that ready and that's sort of good to go for the rest of the trainings that we'll do, that's like the main thing to start with, isn't it? Is like your product suite, your services, and just getting that really sort of streamlined and making sure you're happy with it. Okay. Has everyone got a drink and is comfortable? I'm here with my green tea again, my mint tea. I'm just going to start sharing my screen. Okay. Let me just present. And then I'm going to put you all, let's have a look, put the chat on here so I can see everyone. Can everyone see my screen okay? Yeah, perfect. Fab. Okay, this has been recorded. I hope that's all right. So welcome to day 2, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really, really happy to have you all here. If you missed yesterday's training, I'll just recap my own journey just so you can get to know me a little bit. So I was a freelancer for 10 years as a social media manager. I started at the family business, which is a restaurant in Liverpool. And I was literally just posting to the Facebook. And then I realized that I actually quite enjoy this and I'm actually quite good. And then I continued to work as a freelancer and an intern. And I also had a little stint in corporate as a social media manager, which I hated. It wasn't for me, the 8 till 6 life and the 2-hour commute and the capped holidays. And I just thought, this is not how I want to live. I then set up my own swimwear brand, which is still going now, but I don't have as much to do with it anymore. But I set that up, it's called St. Lucia Bay, and we hit 30K in the first year, which was huge for me at the time. And that was completely from Instagram and influencer marketing that I was doing. So that was another sort of step in the right direction for me to realize that this is what I really do enjoy and feel like I'm good at. But it still wasn't quite my passion, swimwear. So I moved back into social media management, freelancing, literally through word of mouth. I had like 5 or 6 clients. I was charging about £300 each a month. So I was making about £1,500 a month, and it just was not worth the time or stress for me and the effort that I was putting into each of these clients. I was barely making ends meet. I was overworked, I was underpaid, I had zero business strategy, I didn't even have a brand, I had no page, nothing like that. And I was taking my laptop to bed with me to get client work done. I was clinging on to shitty clients that I didn't like and I didn't enjoy working with because I was scared I was going to lose that 300 quid a month. Now I take 6 figures in the business. So I take over £11,000 a month. And I only set up the business 12 months ago. So that's what I'm going to be teaching. That's what I'm teaching over these 3 days, how I got there. I delegate to my badass team who are amazing, and I'm so proud of them. All a team of freelancers. I spend my time growing my business, not working in it, which is so, so important to be able to get to that point. Sorry, I've got hair on my... That's the only way you'll scale, is by taking a step out and actually working on the business rather than in it, which you can only do when you can earn enough to hire and outsource. And I'm currently prepping for 6 months maternity leave in September, and spending more time with my son, who's 1.5. So I'll have 2 kids soon. So thank God I can work whenever and wherever I want, from my phone, from my laptop. I have a team who can take care of things. And that's the business model that I've built for myself, because that's the life that I wanted to live. And you all can do that too. So before I carry on, the prizes from yesterday. So there was a prize, a £20 Starbucks voucher for the best PDF package, the perfect product suite. And Tanya, you've won that, because that was unreal. So well done. Just DM me on Instagram and I'll send you your voucher. So you can sit and sip your oat milk latte while you're working on all your clients and on your team. So well done, Tanya. And then for anyone that tagged me in their stories, and for anyone who tags me in their stories tonight as well, if you want to take a picture now, you will get a copy of this printable content calendar. So this is my printable PDF content calendar. I know a lot of you like to work pen to paper. Eve, we were talking about this today. So this is one that you can print. It's just really super clear. You can get it even made into like one of them sticky things, so you can sort of like have it on your desk. So yeah, anyone that tags me in their stories will get a copy of these 2 content calendars that you can print out. Okay, so day 2, content that sells. So content is obviously a huge part of being a social media manager. It's a huge part of marketing yourself, and it's a huge part of your clients as well. So I actually find that content probably is the most important thing when it comes to getting new clients and keeping them. They've got to be really happy with their content, because obviously everything is so front facing with social media management that it's really important that you're very clear and you've got a really good strategy and the content works. So today's training is going to be a little bit, it's going to be obviously for you as a business and what you can do for your own brand, but also what you can sort of plug and play for all your clients as well. So day 2, content that attracts your soulmate clients. So here's what you'll take away. How to create the perfect content plan. So you'll know that if you joined yesterday, if you're here for all of the 3 days, you'll get a copy of my content Excel sheet as a bonus. So you can create the perfect content plan using that. What and when to post, content creation, needle moving content, and then tracking insights and strategizing from those analytics, which is super important. So I want to know, which one of you never know what to post, so just go weeks without posting? That's been me so many times. Have bursts of creativity and then nothing. Or you actually enjoy creating content, but you just feel like you're not that good and you don't feel like you're good enough for your clients. Mix of 1 and 2. 2. Yeah. 2 and 3. 2. 2 and 3. 2. Yeah, lots of 2s, bursts of creativity and then nothing. Yeah. So you'll probably know that the most important thing for you and your clients is consistency. You've got to be really, really consistent with your posting. That is how you're going to grow on any social media platform. And you will always see growth if you are consistent. So if that is something that you struggle with, you'll want to start outsourcing soon and make sure that it's always consistent. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to plan your content. So first things first, your content needs to have the fundamental factors of know, like, and trust. So your content has to create one of these three things, whatever you post. So you want to make them aware of who you are and what you do by building a community. You want to make them love you, not just like you, and you want to build a powerful personal brand. And then the best way to do that is by being authentic. And that's how people are going to love you, by being authentic. And people buy from people they trust. So you want to create content that helps people trust you. So after you've thought about those three things, so as long as your content builds out one of those three fundamental factors, you then want to think about the 3 to 5 content pillars. So the 3 to 5 content pillars, it's really important that you have a clear strategy with these if you want to seriously move the needle with your business. If you're just sort of posting when you fancy it or what you feel like, it's not going to be needle moving for your business. Yes, it's great to have content come in and keep it consistent, of course, but you also want to have a strategy behind it. So the first thing you want to think about is your content pillars. And also when you have these content pillars in place, it makes life so much easier because it gives you so much more clarity on what to post. And it will also help you see and track results. If you've heard of, any of you heard of Gary Vee? He has a method called the jab, jab, jab hook, which is a really good strategy to think about. And that's a really good one to use for overarching pillars. So the jab, jab, jab is serving, serving, serving. And then the hook is selling. So you want to, the majority of your content wants to be serving your audience, giving them value. And then you want to have, of course, you need to have a percentage of your content which is actually selling your products, selling your services. So don't forget to sell, even if it feels a little bit sleazy or it feels like you're selling too much, you've got to remember to sell. So you want to make sure content is shareable and relatable to help you get seen by more people. You want to make sure it's valuable, and then you want to make sure it's promotional. And then you want to make sure you've got pillars underneath that that are completely personal to you. So my pillars are social media value, which will be the same as all of yours. I like on-brand memes because they're shareable and relatable, and they get people to share to their story, and then more people come across my page. Inspirational quotes, again, shareable and relatable content. Personal behind-the-scenes content to build trust, and then promoting my services. Obviously, you've got to sell. So when I provide social media value, I'm positioning myself as an expert, which is what builds trust, and that's how I get people wanting to work with me, and that'll be the same for you. So you want to make sure you're providing as much value as possible. When I share memes or quotes, they get shared and therefore obviously help my page get seen. And then if I post anything personal or behind the scenes, it makes my audience feel like they know me, therefore building more trust. And then of course, talking about what you offer. If you're not talking about what you offer, it's not just a disservice to you, but it's a disservice to the people that you can help. They need to know what you have. You know, people want to pay for your services. So many people need social media managers. So make sure people know that, you know, you've got a space left. I've got 4 spots open for June. Book a clarity call in with me. Make sure you're always reminding people that you can serve them and you have a service that can help them in their business. So I want you to go into your workbooks. If you've got your workbooks, fab. If not, then a pen and paper is fine. And I want you to just think about your content pillars. What are the 3 to 5 things that you either already post about or want to post about that fall under the overarching content pillars? So just spend a couple of minutes thinking about 3 to 5 content pillars. So everything that you post will fall under one of these. And this isn't yet about the type of content. So we're not talking about reels or still posts or carousels yet. We're just talking about what the actual content holds. If you can think of, if you want to type them in the chat as well and share them, that'd be good. Any of them. Personal behind the scenes stuff is very important, which we'll get to in a minute. Okay, has everyone thought about their content pillars? I'm interested in doing social media news. I love that. That's perfect. That's value. It helps build trust. So that's brilliant. Social media news, I love that. That's really nice. It can also, it'll depend on your niche as well, who you want to get in as clients. I'm interested in creating puzzle feeds for social media marketing agencies. That's cool. Hoping to position myself as an expert. Yeah. So showing up with confidence and bringing value. Trending reels audio. That's not quite a content pillar, but more like a content format, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, that's a good one to make sure that you're jumping on. So to plan out your month or your client's month. So this is a little snippet of the content calendar that you'll all receive tomorrow in tomorrow's training. And the first thing I want you to do for each month, for yourself and for your clients, is think about relevant key dates. So for example, International Vegan Day is important for me to remember because I have a client who's a vegan chef. So I'll make sure that those sort of foodie key dates are always within her content calendar and they don't get missed. Obviously, that's not so important to my client who is a branding coach, but other key dates will be. So I want you to find online, you can just type in international key dates or national key dates and print them off each month or just note them down each month. And then make sure anything that's relevant to any of your clients goes straight into the content plan for that month, so you're not missing it out. Yes, you'll get this Excel doc tomorrow, Eve. This is what I work on for all of my clients. So I think about key dates. That's how I start every month. And then I'll put in all of their content pillars to make sure that every piece of content fits under one of their content pillars. And then I fill out the rest. Well, me and the team fill out the rest. So there's one thing that will sell your services more than anything else. Can anyone guess what that is? What will sell your services? What will make you stand out from anyone else and will have clients? You, well, me. Yeah. Your face. Yes. You. You're what will sell your content. Sorry, you're what will sell your services. Nothing will build those factors of know, like, and trust more than you showing up as yourself. So showing up on video, whether it's as an Instagram live or an Instagram story, showing up and being yourself and providing value. It also helps build a community within your platform. If you can teach and inspire your audience, then you're going to get clients. So some of my tips for showing up on video, because I know it can be difficult. If you're not used to it and you've not really done it before, it can be very scary and daunting to show up on video. You feel a bit daft just talking to yourself. So 3 things that I always remember. Make sure you've got something to say. I know it sounds silly, but it can be very easy to just come on a video and speak for 10 minutes without actually having like a set, you don't want a set speech, but without actually having value to give. So if you speak for 10 minutes about something that can be said in 1 minute, you've got to lose the attention of your audience. So you want to be very mindful of only speaking when you really have something to say and you've really got some value to give. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, keep it short. Don't lose the interest of your followers with long-winded videos or lives or 2 million stories. Keep it short and full of value. And if it's going to be long for any reason, then make good use of reels where you can actually make it into a short form video with captions and have snippets. And then talk to them, don't talk to yourself. This is a really important one to remember, because obviously, naturally, if you're facing the camera, you're going to talk to yourself. And it's understandable and it's natural to just look at yourself while you're talking, but people can tell if you're just checking yourself out while you're showing up on video or showing up on a live. So you want to make sure that when you're showing up on your stories or on your live, you're imagining it's your audience on the other side and you're talking to them. I've put a sticker by my camera so I have a focus point. That's such a good idea. Brilliant. That is so good. Yeah, so you look at that sticker, don't look at yourself. And I find that a bit easier then to come out with what you have to say. You're not distracting yourself. So always have something valuable to say, keep it short and talk to them, not yourself. They're my 3 tips for showing up on stories and lives. So who has fear around showing up on video? Me, yeah. Yeah, lives are the hardest. They are. I really struggle still with lives. You might tell on, this one or yesterday's, I do struggle with them, but the more you do them, the better you get and the more relaxed you feel. But it took me a long time to show up on stories. When I started the business, it was all carousels. It was like valuable carousels. And a few people said to me, I was sort of following coaches and talking to people in the industry, and they said, you need to show up. And I thought, there's not a chance I'm getting the front facing camera on and talking to it. And as soon as I did start doing that, that's when the business would start to really grow, and I would get people in the DMs. I'd get lots of replies, people asking about, more services or asking for advice, because people become a lot more confident in you when they feel like they know you. So if you do have fear around showing up, then it's really important that we try and get over that fear and think more about what you'll actually gain from it rather than what people are going to think. So I want you to go back to your workbooks or get your pen and paper and think about what it is you're actually scared of about showing up live or talking on your stories. What do you think people are going to think of you? And also, what do you think when you see people show up live? Do you sit and think, oh, God, she's awful? Probably not, especially if they're providing value. How do you know when you're ready to start doing lives? I have a little over 100 followers. You need to start now. 100% start now. I started doing lives when I had about 100 followers. I think that's when I started to do them. I did my first live masterclass. I think I had about 150 followers. And I got loads after that, because people were posting about it. And then that helped me grow my audience. They trusted me, then their followers would trust me. And then it stems from there. It all comes from showing up. Once I show up, everything I need to say disappears from my head. Well, that's why I've got a laptop here full of notes. And also, that's why you just keep it short. You know, if it's stories or an Instagram live, it doesn't have to be long. Obviously, this is a little bit different, but make notes and practice. Amy, what is she chatting? People probably think about that about me all the time, but you just think, well, you know, me doing this live is bringing all of us together. And really there's not much that can put me off doing that. That I said or did something wrong. How often should you do lives? I would say if you could go live once a week, you'll see a massive difference in your business within a couple of weeks. Or once a month. Or I only really go live when I've got something coming up. So I had an in-person masterclass not long ago. I went live with the girl I was doing the masterclass with. And that got us like 5 ticket sales, I think. So it just shows that it really works. But I always show up on my stories. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I always show up on stories. Also, I find it so much easier now. I find it so much easier to just show up and say what I have to say instead of typing it all out. That I said I did. Yes, that was Dorothy and Jay. Yeah. I did the live with her. Did you see? There was no practice, nothing at all. There was no strategy behind the live. We just jumped on and yeah, it worked. We got a lot of people watching. Didn't have anything particularly valuable to say. We just spoke about what we had coming up. So I think it's just a case of, you know, making yourself comfortable, getting used to it. Start on stories, because remember, stories, they disappear after 24 hours. And I want you to think about, who would you be more likely to work with? Someone that you know, or you feel like you know, and you've seen, and they've shown up for their audience, or someone that you've never seen before, and you've never seen them show up on their stories, and their whole page is just either photos or graphics. You'll probably more likely get in touch with the one that shows up on their stories or their lives. So yeah, it really does take practice and getting used to. So the importance of going live and showing up on stories. It can and it will build trust with your audience, which is so, so important when people are going to start paying you for something. It will help people listen and digest more. Although do remember, only about 60% of people, 60% of people watch video without sound. Only about 40% of people on social media watch video with sound. So always make sure you're including captions, or if you do a live, you do a roundup within the caption. It also helps keep a hype around you and your brand. It helps keep you relevant, because people will remember you more when they see you talking. And it's just really good practice to step outside of your comfort zone. So you can eventually start doing it more. You can eventually start doing live masterclasses. You can do social media classes. You can do one-on-one coaching with people. So it's just a really good way to build your confidence and be able to do more with your business. And you can probably charge more when they see your face, 100%. And you can charge more for a one-to-one coaching session on Zoom. So you could always have your service, your social media management services, but then you could have a one-off one-to-one power hour that I have, charge 300, 400 quid for that hour. But because it's one-to-one, face-to-face, it feels more worth it for them. So it's all about just building that confidence, practicing, and showing up for your audience. Okay, content creation. What do you want to be posting? Okay, so once you've got your content pillars set, you're used to showing up on stories and going live. Now you want to make sure that the content plan, this is either for you or your clients, is a mix of content. So obviously stories, they're the best way to convert because you can add links. Reels, still posts, carousels, and then Instagram, or of course, Facebook Live. So you want to be mixing up all of your content. Think about your audience, what they want to see. Do they want to see informative carousels, or do they want to flick through more fun trending audio reels? Think about your audience and what you think they want to consume. So this is where, when we discussed your niche yesterday, this is where this comes in really handy. What would they want to see? Put yourself in their shoes. So Instagram really loves it when you use what they give you. So obviously Reels, as you all know, is the newest feature for content format on Instagram. So Instagram will favor Reels. You'll see Reels will get a lot more reach than any other type of post. So you really, really want to be using them. Carousels are also amazing. I don't think a lot of people don't quite know how important carousels are, because in the Instagram algorithm, it senses how long someone stays on a post. So obviously if you have a 10-slide carousel, that time spent on that post by any of your followers is picked up by the algorithm, and it makes it get pushed out to more people. So carousels are really good. If you have a single post and it can be made into a carousel, then do that. Anything that can be made into a carousel or a reel, they're the two most effective content types for Instagram. And Facebook, reels are great for Facebook now too. And they work really well on Pinterest if you're going to repurpose. Oh. So some of my top tips for keeping eyes on your posts. So one really good tip is by having an audio that's quite short, but then putting a lot of text onto the page. So either a long quote or lots of different snippets of text. Because when your audience are reading the snippets of text or the long quote, the audio and the video is playing in the background. So it looks to the algorithm like it's getting lots of plays, which means it's going to get pushed out to more people. Also, if you want to create reels for a client and you don't have the video content that you need, or they don't provide you with any video content, then a really good way is by just getting like a moving background and adding a quote over it and then uploading that as a reel with a trending audio. Carousels also show up more than once on a person's feed, so you have more chance of them engaging. I didn't even know that, did they? That's fab. Yeah, I love carousels. I feel like all social media gurus just say do reels only. No, it's impossible, I think, to do reels only. They take so much time and effort. I mean, they don't always have to, of course, but it is definitely a lot more. It takes a lot more than if you're posting carousels as well, or quotes or memes. And it's really good to mix your content up. Also, you want to, like I said earlier, you want to be consistent with your content. So you want to be posting 4 or 5 times a week consistently. And if you don't have time to create a reel every day, which hardly anyone does, I certainly don't, then you're going to fall off the wagon of being consistent. And that is the most important thing. So don't listen to those gurus, whoever they are. This video strategy works really well for TikTok as well. So finding a short trending audio and then adding lots of text over it. Amazing for TikTok engagement, and the TikTok algorithm loves it. Okay, how to turn your content into cash. So you want to choose, as a brand yourself, you want to choose about 3 platforms, and this is until you can outsource and maybe join a few more. But I would say 3 platforms. So Instagram is really good for showcasing your content, providing value, communicating with your audience. LinkedIn is amazing for reaching business owners and other brands. And Pinterest, which you might not know, is actually the biggest search engine after Google. It's not a social media site. It's a search engine. So people are on there to find something in particular to buy. It's probably the best way to convert traffic to your sales page or your website. So I love Pinterest. We offer Pinterest as part of our services. And then you always want to make sure you have a platform that you own. So an email or a blog. Obviously, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, all of these would get shut down tomorrow and you'd have no backup. Whereas if you have an email list or a blog, you always own that. You own that platform, and email conversion is a lot higher than any other social media conversions. So you want to, if you've not already got an email list, you want to start building one now. And by building an email list, you want to start with a lead magnet, which I'm not going into today. But if you know about this, then if you know about lead magnets, then that is the way to start building your email list quickly and with a warm audience. Okay, so having 3 platforms, it might seem like a lot, but repurpose. I repurpose everything. I have captions that I use as emails. I have blogs that I use as LinkedIn posts. So an example here is you can have a nice long Instagram caption, which a lot of you probably already do. Long form captions are great. You can then use that exact caption, post it on LinkedIn. You can use it as an email, and then you can use that same post as a Pinterest pin. The only one thing is if you're reposting on LinkedIn or Facebook, you want to make sure the link is then put into the comments, not into the post, because they don't like that you're putting a link for someone to go to another platform, or they don't want people to click off of their platform. So make sure that the link you always put at the bottom of the caption, find the link in the comments, and then in the comments just put link here and then put the link, just make it super clear. So that's for LinkedIn and Facebook. Obviously on Instagram, I will either put good old link in bio, which I'm sick to death of, but I can't think of many more call to actions to link in bio, so I'll just say the same thing. Or I will then post a story with the link and say, head to my stories and find the link there. So that's a really good idea to use for clients as well. So repurposing content is great because if you're charging for an extra platform, you can charge quite a bit for adding a platform on, but it's actually not that much extra work for you or your VA or whoever is working with you. So it's really good to repurpose your content. I also use captions that I used 6 months ago. I think I used one the other day. I literally copied and pasted it and changed the link or the CTA. So don't be afraid to repurpose your content as much as you possibly can. So 4 of my top tips for content that converts. So one of my favorite strategies is I join Facebook groups with ideal clients in, and I actually I'll spend some time every day and I'll go through all of the comments and the messages in these Facebook groups, and I'll see what sort of words they're using and what questions they're asking. And then I'll take that and I'll use that for content. Like I said before, you want to mix up your content with carousels, reels, lives, keep everyone hooked. Always use a clear call to action in the caption. Let your audience know what you want them to do next. This is so, so important. That is where your conversion rate will go up, because it's actually crazy how much more how many more people will do something because you're telling them to, even if it's quite obvious. If you literally tell them to click the link or head to bio, then obviously you can be creative with your calls to action. But if you make it super clear, you will get that journey. You will get them to go on that journey and click the link and sign up and book the clarity call. So always end your caption with a call to action. It rhymes. I'm so bad at finding Facebook groups that aren't spammed. I have a list, Eve, of some really good ones, so I'll send it to you. Remind me. Yeah, to be honest, the best ones are the paid Facebook groups. They're not all. I use loads of Facebook groups that aren't paid, and I've had so many leads and clients from there, and I've found freelancers in there. But there are some really good paid ones as well, and they're not much, like 20 quid a month, I think. But it's so worth it because you literally just constantly find clients. Remind me, girls, on Instagram, and I'll send you the list of some of my favorite ones that I get loads of clients from. Sharing social proof and testimonials as often as you can. Get reviews from anyone you've ever worked with. Even if you worked with someone for a couple of weeks just to help them set up their social media, get a review. And then I want you to share them everywhere. So if you do have an email list or you're starting to build one, put your testimonials at the bottom in the footer so they're always there. Post them to your stories once a week. Make sure that there'd be a good content pillar to have. I do post testimonials. I don't count them as one of my content pillars, but they're a good type of post to make sure you're posting every week. Social proof and testimonials. Again, we're building that trust, positioning ourselves as an expert. And then using trending reels and turning them into something that suits you and your niche. So you'll see on my Instagram that all of the reels that I've posted recently, I think apart from the one I posted yesterday, are a trend in audio, and then I've just written the caption or have changed it slightly so that it suits my audience and what I want to provide for them. So that's a really good way to build engagement, get more reach, and again, position yourself as an expert. So find trending audios. Does everyone know how to do that? If you flick through reels and it's got a little arrow next to the audio, that means it's trending. And if you click on that and it's trending and there's not many posts, but they all have a lot of reach, then you want to jump on that as quickly as possible. Okay, how to figure out what is working. This is very important. So UTM link tracking for your content. Samantha, do you suggest posting testimonials once a week for our clients too? One of my clients doesn't have a ton of reviews. They're a small local business, so I try to post them 1-2 times per month. Yeah, that's great. Just as often as you can. Obviously, if you don't have them, you can't post them. But what I tend to do with most of my clients is one story a week. Is if you've ever worked with us, or if you've ever purchased, or you've ever bought from us, please leave a review. And then I put a question box, and we tend to get at least 3, 4, or 5 from that. And then I save them and then keep them. So I do that post maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, and build them that way. Also advise them to, if it's a product-based business, especially, advise them to send a follow-up email automatically to customers to ask for a review and maybe get a percentage off their next purchase, something like that. It's just really important to try and get as many testimonials as possible. Okay, so going back to UTM links. So I now have an absolute dream freelancer that works for me, who helped me set up all of my clients on Google Analytics. And then we have UTM links, so we can track exactly where their traffic is coming from and their conversions. So we can see if they've gone to the website from their Instagram story, if they've gone from their LinkedIn post, if they've gone to the website from their Facebook, and then we can see whether they've bought or booked in a call through this tracking. So at the end of the month, I will then be able to show my client exactly where their money is coming back, their return on investment is, because I have these tracking links, and we can show them the analytics and the insights of what we've been posting and what's worked. And then of course, if there's something that hasn't had any clicks, no traffic, zero conversion, then we know for the next month that we have to tweak that. We have to change that slightly and maybe do more of what is working. So it's really important to have Google Analytics set up and to use UTM tracking links. I found it quite complicated, didn't I, Signe? But actually, when you look at it and you just get a little bit more used to how the tracking all works, it's actually really easy to follow. So you might not need to outsource for this. I certainly do, but you might not need to. It's not too difficult to set it all up, I don't think, and track yourself. But I highly recommend my gal, Signe, who is in here, and she can help if anyone does need help with this for themselves or their clients. She can, yeah, it's a game changer for your monthly reports. It's a game changer. I would say you can add £150 a month on to your packages, because you can say that you use UTM link tracking and Google Analytics, because not many social media managers do. Okay, so onto end of month reporting. This is based really for clients. I don't do this for myself. I only do this for my clients. So this is what my end of month report looks like, something like this for one of my clients. So a lot of details, and it helps the client get a really good idea of what I've been working on and what my plans are for the next month, what's been working, what's not been working, and the reasons why I'm going to be doing certain things the month after. If you want to get your hands on this template and any of my other templates that I use in my business, then this leads me really nicely onto introducing my new social media manager program, which is an end of month report very important? Yes. Yeah, you need to make sure you're giving end of month reports to all of your clients and for yourself as well to see what works. So I'd like to introduce Social Media Manager School, which I am officially opening the doors to right now. So just for you girls, I'm giving £100 off with the code SMM100, and that's going to be for 72 hours only. And I would love to have you all join me inside of this program, with obviously your special discount. So it's going to be 4 weeks. It's a 4-week program. It's just for social media managers and virtual assistants. And we'll work really closely together. We'll build your social media management business so it's ready for ultimate success. You'll have one-to-one support from me, as well as 4 live trainings across the 4 weeks, and be part of a really tight-knit community of social media managers. There is limited space because I do want it to be like close proximity so we can really work on building your brand and your business together. And I want to have really close support with all of you and be with you the whole way till you're hitting your 5 and 10K months. So if you promise yourself that 2022 will be the year that you start or you make it happen, then this is your sign. Join me inside the Social Media Manager School. I love that name, by the way, and it's so simple. And learn all of the tangible strategies that will help you create your dream social media management business, just like I have. So inside Social Media Management School, you'll learn how to build a social media management business that pulls in 5 to 10K month every single month. You'll be able to outsource and build your dream team, and you'll be able to use all of my contacts. So I'll put you in touch with all of my freelancers who are amazing. They're tried and tested and they work. You'll sit with me and we will design your perfect product suite together. You'll be able to work less hours and earn more money with my business model that I'll be teaching you. We'll be diving really deep into your business model. There'll be one-to-one coaching, like I said, to ensure that you're positioning yourself correctly in all areas of your business. And you'll get all of my templates to use for yourself and to use on rinse and repeat for all of your clients as well. So this will include my end of month report template that you've just seen a snippet of, my client onboarding template, my client offboarding template, because I think that's really important just to keep really professional and keep a really good relationship in case they want to come back. My contract and invoice template, my team and profit tracker template, my influencer and collaboration sheet template, my lead magnet template, and more. So basically everything you need to get started to build your successful dream social media management business. So there's a couple of examples of some of my templates that you'll get your hands on. Also, there'll be a community of women just like you who are all social media managers or VAs, and we'll all be supporting each other and cheering each other on over these 4 weeks. So if you do sign up within the next 72 hours, I'm going to pop the link now in here. And then let me stop my screen share, and I'm just going to, in fact, no, do you know what? You'll get it on your email straight after. You'll get the link straight to your email, so you can join there. And the code is SMM100 for £100 off. So also, I know it could feel like a big investment for you if you're just starting out, which I don't want you to feel any pressure. Obviously, you've got a lot to take away from today and from yesterday and tomorrow's free training. So you'd be great with them. But the Social Media Manager School will really help you just get to those 5K, 10K months quicker. And we'll really dive deep into building the business and the business model that will get you there. There's also going to be a payment plan available. So when you get the link in your email, you'll see when you scroll to the bottom, there's a payment plan of 2 payments, which means you can start for just £226. And that is the first payment, and it's for the 4-week program. And obviously you get all of the templates, the one-on-one coaching, you get the 4 live trainings, which will be 10 times more detailed than these ones. And you'll get 30-day money back guarantee. So if after 30 days you're not seeing any improvement, you're not getting your clients, you're not building your client list, I'm happy to say I'll give you all your money back, because I know that what we're going to talk about and what we're going to cover will work. So I'm going to send everyone the link. You'll all get an email, and I'd love to have you all there. Don't forget, these are the bonuses you're going to receive tomorrow in tomorrow's call. I'm going to stop my screen share now. So has anyone got any questions? Oh, thanks, Sydney, for sending the link in. Thank you. Yeah, so don't forget to put SMM100, you get £100 off for, it starts, the doors close on the 16th of June, and then we're going to start 10 days later. So 16th of June, the doors close, the £100 off ends in 72 hours, and then you've got 10 days. I've got 10 days because I'm going on holiday and I'm going to relax, and then we're going to start with the Social Media Manager School. I'm so excited. I think there's two of you, isn't there, already signed up? Is it for a complete beginner? Yeah, it can be for a complete beginner, or if you're already quite established, then it's perfect for you too. If you want to earn 5 to 10K months, then it's for you. If you're below 5K months, then you'll 100% get your return on investment. So I really hope to see some of you in there. And it's nearly time for Love Island for those that are watching, so I'm going to let you all go. The link's in the chat. I'll also send it you via email. I would love to see you girls there. And don't forget, we've still got tomorrow, calling in all of your dreamy clients, how to land your first client or land all of your new clients. Are you welcome, Amy? Taylor sounds amazing. It will be amazing, Taylor, and I really hope you can join. Molly, yeah, see you tomorrow. I'm excited for tomorrow too. If you're watching Love Island, I'm going to go and watch it and chill out. Enjoy, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. See ya.